Hello, everybody, and thank you very much for joining in to Podcast 34, Modders Inc.'s post-QuakeCon podcast. We are all thoroughly tapped, exhausted, happy, elated, all these other wonderful, extraordinary words about how well QuakeCon went this year. But on the podcast, we have Dewayne.
How's it going?
Got Ron up in Canada.
Hello.
Stretching down south, you have Joe and his glue gun.
Hey, guys.
And you've got me, Craig, sitting here in Dallas. So I didn't have that far to go after QuakeCon, but these other three had to trek it home, so to speak. So they're probably a little bit jet-lagged and a little bit worse for wear. Oh, look at that. Ron's got the 2015 koozie going.
I'm just this ugly at all times.
Do what?
I'm just this ugly at all times. There's no...
No excuse for it. You can't blame it on travel or wear and tear or anything like that.
This is my natural shade.
A blue like that, huh?
Yeah.
You look like the girl from the Willy Wonka Chocolate Factory.
Oh, yeah, the one. Yes, the berries. Yes. I hadn't thought about that.
Chewing the gum.
Get out of there, please. That's my son. Pardon me. They don't seem to realize we're recording right now. So, QuakeCon 2015. I would call that an extraordinary success.
Yeah, it was average.
Wow. No.
Compared to last year's first annual, compared to last year's World Championship.
Well, and we also added in, 24 hours of live modding. We added in, streaming. We added in. I love the scavenger hunts that we're running from the booth. I thought that was just an incredibly creative way to keep people engaged and paying attention to our Facebook page.
Yes, thumbs up whoever thought of that. Thumbs up.
Yeah,
next year too. We have a year to plan it this time.
Yeah,
we'll definitely have more fun.
A year to plan it. We had a whole year to plan this one, and we waited till the last week.
Yeah, not our strong suit.
No, planning ahead is not our strong suit.
Improvising is our strong suit, I guess.
Yes.
We think better on our toes when we're backs against the wall. So.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
I mean, I don't think. Yeah.
Snap decisions.
Yeah.
Yeah, because
have to be decisive.
Yeah, I don't think they understand that even by Wednesday morning, not everything was set up yet. You saw us. If you look at our Facebook feed, we were doing Home Depot runs and Micro Center runs for the prizes. So.
Yep. Yeah.
Yeah, but most of that wasn't due to us. That was the hotel's fault on some things. But hey, that's expected. I mean, especially when. Okay, so we want a place outside where we can cut up and paint stuff up and do all kinds of crap outside. And they're like, okay.
That's not normally a hotel request that they hear or receive, but, hey.
No, it's not.
Yeah, there were literally birds' nests and hornets' nests out there that they would have had to contend with, but it was the heat that was probably the worst part about that, working outside.
Yeah.
For them.
Dallas in the summertime, for those who are not aware, you get the heat and you get the humidity, and you walk outside and you can basically almost drink the air. It's just like, oh.
Usually, when there's a breeze, people welcome it. When the temperature is about, let me just do the Fahrenheit conversion for you, 105 Fahrenheit. But in Dallas, as somebody who's not from there, whenever the wind blows, it actually is blowing in warm air. So it is not a relief at all.
Oh.
It's not. I mean, what's funny is it's like to say, it's a dry heat. Yeah, so I get back here, it's 106, 107 or whatever. But it actually felt cooler than being in Dallas.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it was like, oh my God, this feels great.
Yeah, let Dallas be a reality check for all of you.
And then the hotel staff actually placed the cutting table right in the middle of that concrete slab area right there, and they expected them to cut there at noon. I think it was James. James was the first one to like, okay, this needs to be moved, like just a little bit there to where the shade is.
Yeah, we're gonna go under the we're going under the tree.
You saw in our live feeds. You saw that they were cutting just about 2 tables there, one for painting. No, I think both for 2 at a time. Hopefully next year we have a three table deal there.
Well, I think they kind of learned what we need and what we wanted. Trying to explain it to them, I don't think they were quite understanding or whatever. But now everybody kind of knows what we're looking towards. So I think it'll probably be a little easier next year.
Yeah.
But again, I think there was just a little bit of miscommunication on their side. But I can imagine trying to coordinate an event with 3,500 players, probably another 8,000 people coming in, coordinating volunteers, everything else coming in, sponsors. I mean, trying to put up a LAN.
Yeah.
As well as the vendor area.
Yeah, and all that. So it's probably quite an undertaking.
They've done 19 before this. They should know how to do it by now.
You would think so.
It's not like they're different every year or anything like that. I'm totally kidding.
No, it was a great time. No, I had fun. I think the event went off great. Like you said, stuff that we did went surprisingly well. I thought there was really going to be quite a few glitches, but once the initial setup and stuff got cleared and we got everything in the right positions, I think it went really, really smooth.
I agree. Totally agree. Totally agree. I mean, I kept trying not to say anything while I was there because I didn't want to jinx us, but that was what I honestly feel was one of the smoothest lands or one of the smoothest QuakeCons we've been to. And I think it's because we learn from each one that we go to, and we plan accordingly, or we remember the pain that we had the previous year, and we say, okay, well, we're not going to do that again, so let's figure out another way of making this happen. And I think the judging over a couple of days, doing it in digestible chunks instead of trying to go out there and marathon run the whole thing at one time, I think that worked really well. I'm sure that there are some people that wish that they could have been around to talk to us whenever we came around to judge their mods, but I think we're all kind of the opinion that the mod should be able to speak on its own.
Yeah.
And, we should be able, I mean,
this is a robot.
We are recording. Please. Hush.
We're both watching it.
Golly, my kid's just budding, just dying to get on the mic here. And there's my daughter. I'm going to zoom the camera in here a little bit. Hold
on. But yeah, no, you're right. I mean, everybody that's judging knows what they're looking for, so we really don't have to talk to the people that are there. I mean, of course they want to talk and they want to show it off and they want to explain everything that they did. But when you have a limited amount of time anyway, I mean, you're looking at, we have to keep it to 5 minutes or less per case mod.
Mm-hmm.
To do that, because when you've got 35 cases to look at, and you do that every 5 minutes, that's a long time. And of course, it never goes within the 5 minute range.
Yeah. And that's not even counting the time that you have to walk from one end of the land to the other.
Yeah, we have to find them. Everybody gets together, then you debate about it and you look at it. So there's already 4 or 5 minutes gone there. Then you actually get to the mod and you're like looking at it, and then everybody starts gabbing.
Yeah, I think if you guys saw the Facebook post, they were actually debating for a long time, and there were still some. How long did you guys debate for for the results. There was like several hours at least, right? Just the first day alone, you guys were like sitting out there in front. And I think people need to keep in mind is that the actual hardware you put in does not factor into the judging itself. It's what you wanted to know. I don't think anyone cares whether you put in a G3258 Anniversary Edition Pentium, like $70 compared to a 5960X. So whenever you ask somebody about their mod, the first thing they rattle off is the processor, as if anybody cares. So I think people want to know what you actually did, or what is the interesting thing about this mod that's different from other mods.
No, you're exactly right. It's like take the hardware out of the equation, because we're not judging hardware. We're judging what the work they've done to create what they've did.
Right.
You could put just a piece of cardboard for the motherboard, and not even have the processor in there, and still we're looking at what you did to create the mod.
Right.
Yeah. Well,
it is a modding contest. It is not a hardware presentation contest.
Yeah. Let's just take the first place, the Scratch Build contest this year, Scratch Build category this year, which was the Submerged PC mod. Now, people who are not in the know would probably think, oh, this is just a presentation of hardware with minimal will, but even with that, it's actually not about the hardware, because he had to fabricate some of the stuff. The radiator itself, I think he made it himself, right? And the enclosure itself, he made that. So technically, that is a true Scratch Build case.
Yes, no, I thought all the Scratch Built ones this year were pretty dang good, especially the top three.
Yeah, I mean even the fourth one, I think James Fizzler, who was also in the 24-hour modding, placed fourth. I think it was really close. The score was really close, right?
Well, between fourth and third place was 2 points difference.
Yeah.
Who was fourth?
That was James.
James with his Hex.
The Hex mod?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
it
was tight this year. It was really tight this year.
Right. We had to do that second accounting too, to make sure that the numbers really, because the first count, it was James was third, and then after verification, verification twice, it turned out that it was 2 points behind the third place winner. So it was Yep.
That's why we got to double check all that stuff, because we don't want to make any mistakes.
Yeah.
Right.
So Craig, your speech that you gave at the end to the guys when we had all 9 winners there was great. Do you think you can kind of retouch some of those subjects that you hit, so that people watching it this year understand what to do and what we're looking for? I mean, that we're really looking for the microscopic kind of stuff, not the overall beauty of it, or the ooh and the ah. It's like we're right down to the gnat's ass of looking at
right. That's very much what it was. I mean, it was a situation of Texas-sized gnat. One of the things that we were talking about, exactly. One of the things that we were talking about at the end competition, because there was a lot of people that were like, well, why didn't this rig didn't get in? And why is it that this rig didn't get in? And this person, why didn't they get in? And the issues, literally, because it was so close, we had to get into the nitty gritty. It could have come down to just the fact that a single sleeved line may have come out from the plug and wire was exposed. I mean, we had to cut off. We had to count off for that. There was some tubes that weren't perfectly parallel. We had to cut out for that. When you're dealing with when you're dealing with as many quality mods as we had, I mean, if there was a scratch in the paint, we had to deduct for that. I mean, we had to go off of what the mod was there inside QuakeCon. We had to go off of what the presentation was right there inside of QuakeCon. So using that, it was very very close. I mean, like Dwayne said, I mean, we really had to get on the gnat's ass right there.
Yeah, I mean, it's just not when we changed the title to the U.S. Case Modding Championship, it meant stepping up to the next level.
Yeah.
Not only to the people coming in, but for the people who were also judging.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's to the next level, people. This is no joke now.
Right.
If you want to be part of it and you want to get in there and you want to get to be recognized and you want to be one of the best, it's time to step up the game because we're bringing it, so you better bring it.
One of the things I was talking to somebody at the booth about is, we were talking about the evolutionary steps that QuakeCon has taken in regards to modding, and I was talking to it was either Rod or Bob, and we were talking about PDX Land. You know how PDX Land has who's going to attend. You're going to have either Vodek, or you're going to have Siraz, or you're going to have somebody along those lines up there competing. So you know that if you're going to win it, you have to bring your A game. Period. Yeah. You have to bring your A game. Well, QuakeCon is approaching that. We are consistently pushing people to make bigger and better mods and to make more quality mods. And people are starting to understand they can't just bring something with tubes and lights in it and expect it to place. You can't do that anymore. The hobby has moved up, and you have to be high quality.
Well, there are, I think, I've seen some that are just basically showing the hardware, and when you look closer, there's, you can find little sloppy things like some of the cutting was not perfectly done.
Mm-hmm.
And that was a decision they took because they decided to show the hardware. If they chose to hide it, that would have been smarter because it wouldn't show the flaws. But that was a risk they took, so they have to understand exactly that everything will be scrutinized.
Yeah, there was one mod that I saw that it drove me nuts. It was a great mod as I walked towards it, and it was very visually appealing. It was bright and it was light and it caught my eye, and I'm thinking, okay, this is going to be good. And I walked up on it and I got into it, and the closer I got to it, the more I saw that was wrong with it. And the one thing that sticks in my head was the fact that the person did this great, colorful, individual cable sleeving, and it looked great in the mod, and they had combs and the wires pulled, and they looked great. But they went down below the motherboard, and they stopped like 6 inches from a modular power supply, where they then plugged them into a bunch of white cables. Like they used the original cable set from the power supply. It's almost like they didn't take them far enough, or the power supply, or they misjudged that length or something.
Yeah.
So there was this incompleteness in the cable pathway where you could see where it ended in a rat's nest. And I was like, I mean, it just shattered it. I was like, no. I mean, to somebody else who's not looking in a critical way at the mod, they would walk up and say, wow, that's pretty. Wow, that's pretty. But when you're judging the case modding competition, and it's the U.S. Case Modding Championships, if you can see it, you got to rate it. Period.
Yeah.
And I couldn't get past it.
So they should just...
No, it's that'd be the extension method, and honestly, you should only be using the extension method if you have a hybrid modular PSU, and even then, you need to do a good job of hiding the fact that it is an extension, not the full length of the cable. Honestly, if you're taking the time to sleeve your power supply, you probably should go with a modular power supply anyway, but there's certain situations you are going to have to be using extensions. But I saw a few rigs that were using extensions, and and you could see the end of the extension in front of everything.
Right.
That drove me nuts. It was like there was the illusion.
You're killing me.
See,
Joe,
you gotta learn that, people, because we got a master sleever here, so he can point out every imperfection. So if you want to be good, so we got people who know what they're looking at. You know, we just don't go along and say, "Hey, you want to be a judge? Sure. What am I doing?" No, we got people that know what they're looking at. You know, they know what they need to find. What's the good? What's the bad? Just like Craig says, you know, you do 99.9% of the work and then you leave it short. Why?
Yeah, they always say that whenever you're modding, or pretty much anything, it's always the last 10%, the detail. That's the stuff that's always the most difficult. It's the stuff that you find towards the end after you've already built everything, and you're like, well, I'll just cut this corner because I'm getting kind of tired tonight, or something like that. Well, then that kind of that cascades into another decision, which cascades into another decision, which cascades into another decision, and all of a sudden you've got 3 or 4 things that are left short because A, you were tired, or B, you're making excuses for not completing your work, and it's those things that are going to get counted off whenever we judge. You know, it's the people that take those steps that actually move it to the next level and take that detail, and they're the ones that succeed.
Yeah, there's a difference between a case mod that is just busy, like you said, that it looks good just on first glance, but when you break it down, it's something that just looks busy compared to something that makes sense, that fits, that is able to fit the entire theme. You know. It's kind of like the last Superman movie, which was, you know, it looks shiny, but it's pretty goddamn bad when you look at it.
Another thing that I don't think people were quite ready for, that I think some people got confused on. I think people that farmed out work, whether it be paint or finish work or whatever, I don't think they realized how strongly we feel about that. I mean, I know that there are some people out there that don't have a professional paint booth, and I know that there's people out there that can't shoot automotive grade paint. Yeah, I don't. I mean, I use an airbrush, or I use rattle cans. But I do the best with what I've got so that I do my own work. And those people that are farming the work out versus the people who are doing everything themselves, we are going to give a higher consideration to the people that are doing the work themselves versus those that are giving it to somebody else.
Yeah. Unless they said they could admit that they work on teams, that, you know, because some people did work as a group. But you know, if you're honest, then that's point for you. But
yeah,
if you try to hide it, that's a huge minus.
Overall, it's always been, we're there to judge what you can do, not what you can pay someone to do. That's
right.
what modding is. Your skill set, not someone else's.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, if you're going to crown somebody the modding champion, they have to be able to do it.
Correct. I've instructed my team to smack me whenever I get sucked into the black hole of ignorance.
Known as Tom's Hardware's Forums.
Okay, there you go, Dewayne. Just making enemies, aren't you?
No, that's
from John, I think.
It's from John Guru.
Johnny Guru, yeah.
Oh, okay. Oh,
I would say YouTube is probably 10 times worse. YouTube comments.
Yeah. Hey, look at that. There we go. There's our champion trophies. And okay. And for those of you that didn't notice or didn't know, we actually got together with our vendors and got together a complete system and put it together for the volunteer staff at QuakeCon, because QuakeCon doesn't happen without the volunteer staff. Flat out, it does not. So what we did for the 20th anniversary is we got together, got a motherboard, got a memory, got SSDs, got a video card, got a great case. We went out and purchased an i5 processor when we got here into Dallas, and we put it all together. And then at the end of it, we all autographed it on the inside of it, as well as some of the senior ranking volunteer staff.
Yep, right there where I got the mouse going. That's one guy who's gone to all 20 QuakeCons.
Wow.
Tim Willits.
Wow, that's crazy. So that's Tim and Spicy and Cheerio. I see Dewayne. Do I see Elgin on there?
Yeah, somewhere on there. I saw him sign it. Where is it at?
And the funny thing is that case was sitting on the side of our booth, and it was closed. I didn't look at the back. I didn't realize that it was the volunteer staff giveaway. And the guy came by to look at his price. I really want this, and she was so happy. He was like jumping. I was like, "Why are you so happy?" I know that Fantex case is great. I've never seen anybody that happy to win a case. When he opened it, it's like, oh, it's a full computer. That's why. So happy. He was like losing his mind.
Way to go! Way to go! Way to go, Ron. That's our Northern Canadian guy. He's a little bit
I should have just walked outside the booth and like, oh.
Well, it was a beautiful case. Got to thank Fantic. I mean, okay.
Yeah,
here we go.
A beautiful case.
This is the God's honest truth. I have never seen or worked on a Fantic's case before. Oh, and there's Joe. That's beautiful. That's the way we know Joe right there.
Super glue.
That's what sniffing glue will get you.
That's probably him preparing to fit that large. What was that thing? That steak. The one we ate at that breaded steak thingy.
Oh yeah.
I guess all that chicken
fried steak at the Gas Monkey Bar and Grill.
Yeah.
That was good.
That was really good.
I didn't get my beautiful figure from saying no to food.
There you go. Oh, that was surprisingly good too. I was not expecting that. I mean, I've told everybody around here that I've talked to, it's been the Gas Monkey was the biggest surprise of all. I was expecting, Americana and kind of cheap Americana, but this was like, this was really nice twists on some real classics. It was really good.
My only critique was that they didn't have barbecue sauce. They were sold out. And one woman mistook me for a pervert. Oh, that's a funny photo, yeah. I was just taking candid photos of everyone to use as a profile for a podcast, and I was taking multiple shots at a time. And I caught Nick with that pose.
It's terrifying.
Oh, yeah.
It's like he's singing.
He's singing. Yeah.
Craig, some of your dogs do that when you scratch them on the neck?
Yes, they do. Yes, they do. It really looks like he's singing. Ooh, baby, I love you.
That's after you take a sip of the root beer bowls.
He's just too much for words. No. So, Ron, what was probably, regardless of winning or losing, whether they placed or not, whether they even competed or not, did you see a case out there that you thought was just spectacular?
Oh, there's too many to choose. I don't know. I really couldn't pinpoint one.
I'm asking you because you were running around with the camera and you actually you had more time to spend out there with the cases.
I think I've already managed to upload about a couple of those. There were my favorite. The Ghostbusters one was cool, definitely, because I saw that in our forums. I saw that fabricated from the start, and I like the fact that they actually came in costume, and even the wallpaper, the screensaver, were all Ghostbusters themed. Although I wish he had that trap. I love that. That's my favorite thing about the Ghostbusters. When you throw down the ground,
Could be
If you
some
made
external
that,
storage.
yeah, the thing that flies open like this
Mhm.
and you have to go. If
Don't
he
look
had
in the
that,
trap.
I would have given him extra points, but I didn't judge this year, so don't blame me.
For those that don't know, there was a fully functioning,
Ghostbusters.
moving, authentic Ghostbusters backpack
Yeah.
that was a fully functioning computer. And the guy, he could pull the stick out, and actually he had the switches and the toggles on it in order to heat it up, and the end extended out, and it made the noises, and it was really, really good. It was really good. Matter of fact, he was up on the stage,
Yeah.
but it was a really good backpack.
What else did I like?
Yep, there it is.
There you go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That looks really cool.
It was called Unlicensed Nuclear Accelerator. UNA. It's all right. Each of us is only wearing an unlicensed nuclear accelerator on our back. No, too late to cry about it. Flip me on.
So, did anybody else, every time you saw it, all of a sudden you're in your head, the Ghostbuster theme in your mind?
Yeah.
Every time I saw it, I was like, oh, jeez.
I was just doing movie quotes in my head. I couldn't stop replaying the movie quotes. Every time I saw them, I would start, throwing out different lines. Listen, you smell something? I did that. Every time I went by it, I had a different movie line that popped out.
The funny thing is that a lot of the competition was tough for the classic and the scratch build, but Bethesda only had, I think, 5 entrants. So that would be if those want to increase the chances for next year. Make an in Bethesda theme case.
The new Doom will be up by then.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that's that thing. Because Fallout 4 and Doom will be out, so we're gonna expect a whole bunch of entrants for those next year.
Yeah. We're going to keep Dewayne out of the Fallout category.
His Fallout case was extremely popular there in the corner. There was even, even was catching the MILFs there.
There were multiple panties were dropped with that case.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Dropped mine.
Now, is there...
dropped Reddit's multiple times.
Say again?
He's dropped Reddit's panties multiple times.
Yeah.
So, are there some plans for the Fallout case, Dwayne?
Yeah, actually, it did get some attention again. So Intel wants to display it at IDF, which is in like 2 or 3 weeks, and then I got a call from NVIDIA saying that they would like to upgrade the hardware in it and use it for a promotion for the new Fallout.
Excellent.
So yeah, I'm pretty excited about that. It's
awesome.
It's getting me a lot of travel off of that case.
Congratulations.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah. See,
hopefully they'll upgrade your Pip-Boy.
Yeah, with a real one.
I know. I should get a hold of
it.
That's right.
Working one.
Those were prizes. What? How did we give those away?
We didn't.
Yeah, that's going to actually be sent out through Bethesda.
Yeah, it's not available yet.
But who won them?
So that's all the first place winners.
Okay.
So all the first place winners in all 3 categories, plus the winner of the, I believe it's the 24 mod too.
Oh, what about the staff versus staff modding contest?
No. Second place gets one.
Oh!
Second place.
The only thing the first place will win is the right to choose the theme for next year.
You're killing me, man. You're killing me.
Yeah, it's reversed order winning. So that's how it goes.
Okay, all right. I see how this works.
No, so actually what Craig's referring to is that he was somehow miraculously was able to win the staff versus staff case mod contest that we had this year.
Yeah,
I think it was rigged,
I
personally.
think it was too. Yeah.
But
my wallet is mysteriously light after that contest.
yeah, I thought so. You seem to stand up a lot straighter, lighter on your feet.
Well, his score was actually way ahead of second and third, because he had like 10-10-8 and 8-10-10.
Yeah,
Oh, wow.
So that's pretty high.
Oh, I didn't even look at the scoring.
Yeah, I was the one who looked at the score sheet.
Oh, okay.
And Dewayne was second and Nick was third.
And the rest of us were fourth.
Yeah. Which is gotta suck for Joe right here, paired with me.
So did Tom play fourth too?
Oh, he's this DQ'd. He didn't enter.
I was going to say, there better not have been a score on his case. Yeah, but we did have one minor calamity. Well, I wouldn't call it minor. I'd actually call it a major calamity. Tom had spent a lot of time and a lot of energy working with, I believe was it Sapphire?
Sapphire, yeah.
Yeah, he'd been spending some time working with Sapphire and had come up with an amazing virtualized game center, if you will. It was a 3-person gaming system using VMware and multiple graphic solutions from Sapphire. And it was working at his house, and he shipped it, and it got dropped, and it all quit working.
Yeah, by FedEx, somewhere along the way. Maybe in their Memphis hub.
Yeah, boom, boom.
One thing computers don't like is being dropped.
Well, boom, boom, out went the lights.
Yeah.
So yeah, we have filed a claim.
Yeah, it's a pretty. I mean, was it what, 3 video cards, 4 video cards?
It was a motherboard.
The X99 system, so.
Yeah, 3. Then it was the 5. I'm trying to remember what the processor was. A $1,000 processor.
Yeah, it's a 960X.
That's what it was. 96. Yep. Motherboard, processor, the RAM, and yeah, everything electrical except for the power supply.
Yeah, that's 64 gigabytes of DDR4. So.
Yeah.
Not pretty.
No, not pretty, but we'll see what happens on that. But that's why you insure it, people. If you're going to travel with it and you've got to ship it somewhere, insure it. Insure it. It costs 50 cents per $100 or whatever the hell it was, but it's well worth it when something like this happens, because this is ended up being like a $4,000 claim. So because we insured it for 8.
Right.
You can't really claim, all the time that Tom put into it. You really can't.
Right.
They don't allow you to do that, but
they've got the money. They've got the money. They bend us over the barrel without any lube all the time.
Oh yeah.
Tell me how you feel about that one, Jeff.
Well, I have a limp. Let's just say sending a few packages to Canada at like $125 each doesn't make you the best friend for certain shipping companies that wear purple shorts.
I'm not real happy with DHL right now. Let's talk about shipping companies. I mean, when stuff came into to the house for QuakeCon, one thing came in from DHL, and that box was obviously torn up and then resealed with a lot of yellow DHL tape. And then we ended up getting, while I'm not really entirely sure it was the shipping company's fault, we had $700 worth of lanyards that just arrived after QuakeCon. And the box is busted open.
Yeah,
not
good.
Like,
didn't they do that with you?
Happy.
Hopefully it doesn't say 2015 on that.
Do what?
Hopefully it doesn't say 2015 on those lanyards.
It does. on some of them, on what I can see, because the whole corner of the box is torn off.
Ouch.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
probably not even sure if the whole shipment's even left in there or not.
Not sure.
I mean, there's supposed to be 1,000, almost 1,000 of them. And if one of them's ripped open, I saw the pictures. I mean, looks like Craig could put his fist through that hole.
Oh, I can. Yeah.
It's a big hole.
Yeah.
The box is, I mean, about that wide, from bottom to top, and an entire corner has been removed. My wife's back to the chair, and she's...
No, I think she was explaining the size of your head.
Oh, okay. She was explaining the size of my head. Yes, that's what it was. Yeah.
Yes. The one above your shoulders.
Yes, the one above my shoulders.
There are children in this room.
Oh, man!
I'm getting slapped.
Yeah. Yes.
I'm getting hit.
I'm still a child myself, Craig. It wasn't appreciated.
Do what?
That I'm still a child myself, Craig. It wasn't appreciated.
And also at QuakeCon, we had a wonderful session. We had a wonderful set of sessions with the NVIDIA GeForce Garage, and we managed to get a couple of really prized modders down here. We had Bob from BS Mods.
Look,
and
you're not supposed to tear up these toys.
Hello, puppy.
You're not supposed
And then you also had Rod Rosenberg, who was kind of his teammate, and then there was also Lee Harrington and Richard Suraz that were down here. They were down there leading discussions and seminars and sessions, and some of us got to be involved in them too. I think I saw Dewayne over there. I know I was over there. I know Nick was over there. Joe, were you over there for sleeving at some point in time?
Nope.
No? You were over there helping with those sleeving.
I helped with sleeving and helped make the rig pretty up a little bit.
Cool. Yeah, so that was nice. And then watching them work from our side. Oh, Shannon, Rob. that's dragon.
I'm surprised how well some of these photos turned out, because it was difficult when Rob, Shannon and Rob trying to attack you.
That
taking
was
photo.
just awesome. And for those, I mean, the still picture is beautiful, and it really does capture Shannon at his most vulnerable. But he was chewing gum too, and there was actual actuation on the jaws, so the teeth were coming together and the jaws were moving while Shannon was chomping on his gum. So it was like this Pac-Man dragon running all over the QuakeCon floor. It was so funny.
And Shannon, what, 6'4"?
Ringo.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's.
He's not
you can
subtle.
only imagine when he's trying to take a bite out of you.
Mm-hmm.
I'll have my camera in front of me, protect me.
And his inflatable sword's beating you up head and shoulders. Ow, ow, ow.
I actually have that sword, I think. It was just on the floor when everything was packing up, so I might just nag one. Don't ask me where I stuck it in.
Nope, not gonna.
I brought in a deadly weapon across the border.
Oh yeah, they had a maybe 9.5 foot tall Revenant that was in, it was suspended from the ceiling, but it was in front of a Doom screen, if you will, and they had Doom props. So you could have you could have the bone cutter chainsaw, or you could have the shotgun, or the plasma rifle, and you could pose like you were just like in action, like the thing was leaping towards you. And we got a great picture of myself, Nick, and Tom fighting off a Revenant attack. We were defending the realm. It was really nice. But that model, oh my god,
So much detail in it.
It was just beautiful. It was just beautiful. It wasn't one of those things that was kind of hokey, but they're dressing it up with Photoshop, using a little contrast. No, that thing was awesome. Creepy freaking thing.
Yeah, it's a lot bigger in person than people think.
Bigger than me.
That's what she said.
Obviously.
Yeah. Then for those that weren't in the know, the Doom had its multiplayer demo going at QuakeCon, and they had 6 versus 6, and then each round was 6 minutes, and you got 6 rounds. So the whole 666 motif of Doom and Hell and all that other stuff. But when you would normally pick up the quad damage, when you pick, instead of like just getting superpower, you would turn into that Revenant. So all of a sudden you're jet jumping all around the map, just causing chaos with dual rocket launchers coming off your shoulders, and then you would land in the middle of another group and you just start picking people up and throwing them all over the place. It was just, it was beautiful.
That was probably the hardest thing in there because you're seeing all these people play and enjoy Quake, and you're like, I
want to go play.
I want to play.
Yeah. I want to play. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Got only like what 10 months till its release.
There you go.
There we are. Yep, but if you purchased Wolfenstein: The New Order and you purchased it at the right time, you got entered into the Doom beta release. This man has the Doom beta release. So once it finally is released for beta, hopefully I'll be jumping all over that.
Oh.
I'll take pictures and screenshots and harass you guys with it.
I don't think you're allowed to.
No problem. And I'll do that all while I'm drinking Gas Monkey Cinnamon Tequila.
Yeah.
Dwayne, you got something on your nose there.
Yeah, right here.
It's a bird, it's a plane.
Yeah, no, it's a bird. Well, for those of you who are old enough to drink, I'll go ahead and throw this one out there. While we were at Gas Monkey Garage, or the Gas Monkey Bar and Grill, we had some of the Gas Monkey Cinnamon Tequila. It's good stuff.
Yeah, it was about a 4 tequila night, right?
5 tequila night, I thought.
Was it a 5?
Yeah, it was 5. 4?
It was 4.
It was 4.
Followed by 4.
Was it about 4? I thought it was 5. Yeah. Dwayne likes it.
Oh, he really likes it. That's peer pressure at the end to get that 4th one.
Now, you can purchase it online if you want. You can just search up Gas Monkey Tequila or something like that. Or I found mine at the local liquor store. So, if
you went right out and bought it, didn't you?
Dude, I'm telling you, man. I was talking to the guys at work, and I was getting more and more thirsty. Like I'm picking this up on the way home if I can find it. I found it, and I was like, yes. And then I also bought a bottle of Jameson for my friend at work that covered for me and kept my phone from ringing.
Ah, good for him.
He was really, he was, after I went through 686 emails this morning, I turned around and looked at him and I said, how bad was your week? And he said, I've got about that much Jameson left. And I'm like, oh, okay, consider that bottle refilled. So I went out and I bought him another bottle.
It's funny when you're at work and you go through your emails normally, you don't realize how many you actually answer in a day until you skip a day, 2 or 5.
All right. Well, listen, guys. I know we're coming up kind of on the end of the podcast here real quick, but we definitely want to give a shout-out to all of our sponsors that were out there for the U.S. Case Modding Championship. One of our primary sponsors was Deep Cool. I mean, they were a platinum sponsor. They really, really helped us take this to the next level.
Yeah, we gave away one of those.
Oh yeah, we got to give away. Was that a TriStar?
TriStellar.
A TriStellar. There we go.
It was also in the CPU magazine booth there with Bill Owens case modded TriStar, the white one.
You know, I'd probably remember that TriStar or TriStellar a lot better if I had one. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge.
It is a very, very expensive case, and who won that
Heavy.
one for at the giveaway? Do you know the person who won it? I didn't see the. I was too busy enjoying the free food at the VIP the last day too.
I think her name was Angela something.
No.
It was a girl.
It was
the
the most amazing pickup job I've ever seen Dewayne pull off.
Yes.
She was cute, and you know, Dewayne just positioned that business card perfectly. It was
Yes.
very impressive.
Yeah.
And that's the thing about QuakeCon too. There's so many girls in there. It's not just a boys club. You know,
Right.
people tend to think that it's a gaming event. It's all just gonna be guys.
Mhm.
Yeah. You know?
Yeah. Hex. Did you know that Hex was actually it was James. It was Fislar and a female modder. Her name was Haley. We
Yeah.
chatted for a little while.
And there's also another one that was also a dad and daughter team who
A
entered
dad and
the
daughter team were there this year. Very
who
cool.
entered she had a Bioshock case of the classic case mod.
Oh, nice, nice.
Also, several
Alright,
of our winners of the scavenger hunt were also female. You can see the photo. We'll post the photos. I think on our Facebook page. Let me just find them on the camera.
All right, so I'm going to step through the Platinum sponsorship real quick because we definitely want to give them a shout out because we could not have done this without them. So you've got Deep Cool, Robco, which is going to be responsible for providing the Pit Boys.
Pitbull.
Yeah.
Working Pit Boys.
Yes. Thermal Technologies. Shannon Robb just bent over backwards, was on board with us the minute we started asking for anything. Really, really, really appreciate that. CPU Magazine, they're going to be featuring all of the mods in their magazine. It's they provided was it $1,500 cash that we split up amongst the three first place winners.
Yeah.
Is that what it
Yes.
is? Yeah.
Yes.
And
So-
judging by Nathan Lane also from CPU.
Yes. Yes.
Yes.
Very, very, very helpful. Kingston Technologies, Lulu. That's where Lulu's at.
Yes.
Hey, Lulu, thank you very much for all of your help and support. That was awesome. Corsair Technology, you got Corsair. They do cases, keyboards, mice, power supplies, headphones. I mean, they do it all. And those guys.
The other big sponsor. I mean, they gave us about $2,600 worth of stuff.
Yeah, yeah.
They were also present at they had a booth inside the BOAOC itself.
Yes.
That is true.
Yep, showing off their stuff. Very cool stuff. Alienware provided us with our streaming PC as well as monitors that we needed. They also helped to teach us a little bit more about streaming and included us in their Twitch stream. So that was very much appreciated. So thank you very much, Alienware.
They also gave away the Alpha Stream Box, or the Steam Box consoles. So they gave those away to all first place winners of all 4 contestants. So it's the classic, Scratch, id Bethesda, and the 24-hour mod.
Very cool. Very cool. Yeah, Seasonic stepped up with a whole bunch of power supplies for us, and Seasonic's always had a quality power supply, and we really appreciate their continued sponsorship of our modding endeavors and our contests and stuff. We love representing them. Fantex, like we talked about before, they provided us several just absolutely stunning cases. One of them was used in the volunteer case that we gave away. Beautiful. Was that the Enthoo?
The Primo.
Primo.
Yes.
Primo.
These are the
Beautiful.
top end ones.
That's a beautiful case. EVGA came through with us with power supplies.
Motherboards for the
motherboards
24-hour
for
mod.
the 24-hour mod. What were they? The
Classified? Z97 classified boards.
Yeah,
The
beautiful
top end
boards.
Z97 classified boards.
Yeah, beautiful boards.
They were actually walking around. They didn't have a booth, but they were walking around in the QuakeCon event itself.
Oh, I didn't know that. Dang. Huh. Would have loved to talk to them. InWin, mini D-frames, mouse pads.
Yep.
Cases.
Yep.
Yeah, case. Yeah.
beautiful H-frame case on display in their booth with that the one with the
yeah.
actuating, opening, transforming thing.
The actuating blooming flower and stuff like that. Yeah, Alpha Cool and Aqua Tuning. Two big water cooling companies. Just stepping up and filling in the holes, giving us great prizes to give away, great great products to represent. Noctua, we have a nice long-standing relationship with them over the last couple of years. They've been very very friendly towards giving their premier products away between all of their new fans and all their new cooling solutions. Yeah, they sent us a ton of stuff. G-Skill Memory sent us a really nice kit of memory products, I should say. Sapphire sent us a nice lot of video cards to give away. Be Quiet sent us a whole lot of cases to give away. All these vendors, I mean, these are great name brand names that sent stuff just for people to win. It was awesome. Moving on down the list, you get into the silver sponsor category where we had Patriot Memory sending us a really nice kit. Monsoon Water Cooling, represent Texas. Woo! I just now found out that Monsoon's actually based out of Texas. I didn't know that at all. I'm all Texas proud and stuff. Silverstone sent us some really nice cases of theirs. AK Racing provided one of their ergonomic racing chairs. And so, it's almost like
for hours,
which I sat in for hours. And guys, I'm 6'8", I'm no small kid, and I have a hard body to fit. I really do, because I tend to break chairs that I sit in. And that racing chair kept me comfortable. I didn't have tingling in my legs. I didn't have any back pain. It has an adjustable lumbar support. It's like a Recaro seat mixed with mixed with one of those office chairs from Herman Miller, the Aaron chair. I mean, it's that comfortable. I mean, that's what I'm sitting in right now. I've got an Aaron chair here at home. So that AK Racing, that's some good, comfortable stuff.
Somebody's rich.
I've had this chair for years and years.
You stole it then.
Yeah, I did. It wouldn't fit anybody else. They said, take it. I did. Crucial Technology, big shout out. These guys have been crucial to us over the years. They have always been very forthcoming and very open and giving with their memory modules, the ballistics modules with the LEDs, their flash drives. This year we got they sponsored 3 SSD drives, BX100s, I believe.
Yeah, for the third place winners of the case mod competition.
Well, I thought the BX100s were used in the live mod, were they not?
Yes, the Crucial was in a live mod. It was it was a Patriot.
Patriot, yes.
SSDs.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, Gigabyte. I'm sorry.
No. Yeah. Go ahead.
No, I just Crucial sent us lots of memories, sent us the SSDs. They stepped up really big, and we really appreciate them. Gigabyte providing wonderful technology. What all was Gigabyte providing this year?
The motherboard and a video card for the volunteer build.
There you go.
Some other stuff for giveaway.
And mind you, whenever we asked our sponsors and our technology partners, if you will, the minute they found out that we were building a volunteer build, they were just like, here, what do you need? What do you need? So it was really cool. It was nice. And then last but not least, obviously Swift Tech and Kat. It was so wonderful to see you. It was really fun to see you, and we like the little tradition that we've started here. And you can continue just show up for one day for us to go and gorge on like carnivore tendencies and fill our faces with meat.
Yes,
we like that. Yeah, that's nice.
Yes,
but we look forward to work. Yeah, we look forward to really working with you at Swift Tech. That's going to be a lot of fun.
Yes, and then ice cream.
And then ice cream, yes, because she wanted ice cream. So we took her for some Southern ice cream. That was nice. But there you go.
Today's actually her birthday.
Today is your birthday.
your
Happy
birthday,
birthday, Cat. Happy birthday to you.
Yeah.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, Big Cat. Happy birthday to you. There you go. So between Alienware, Robco, Deep Cool, Gamerstorm, the U.S. Case Modding Championships inaugural debut for QuakeCon 2015, I would say was a rousing success. I would say we learned a lot that is going to help us next year, and we've already heard positive things and positive mumblings about what we're going to be able to do next year.
Yeah, it's gonna be just bigger, better. We're gonna be investing a whole lot, improving our live feed, our prizes.
Yep.
Everything we have to do to make sure that they and everybody else gets the best possible fun.
Yes. Amen. Well, guys, it was a pleasure seeing you guys here these last couple of days, and I've already told you guys this once today. I already miss you. I know it's only been a couple of hours, but I already miss you. And I'm looking forward again to next year. Oh, Dwayne's getting all misty-eyed. So, big hug, come here. Okay, stay over there. Stay over there. No, that's good. No.
What tequila did you drink?
Yeah, how much tequila? Yeah, it hadn't worn off yet. But for all of us here at the Modders Inc. crew, you've got Dwayne.
Thanks for watching, guys.
Yeah. You got Joe.
Thanks for watching.
You got Ron.
We better damn watch it. It's too nice. I figured it might as well change it.
There you go. And then you've got me with kids in the room saying, I hope you like our show because I need to be very nice with my words. QuakeCon 2015 is a wrap. It was a success. We look forward to 2016, and we look forward to the rest of the year with you guys. Please stay tuned and go out to the moddersinc.com website. Go out and visit our forums. Come out to us and visit us on Facebook. We're all over the place. So we're here for you. You have questions, ask. That's what we're here for. We love you guys. We hope that you enjoyed QuakeCon 2015. And until the next podcast, this is Greg Tate, signing off.
Skylake CPU review is coming out.